Hi, I'm Dr. Paige McGuire and I'm the Director of the Grad School, or EGSA as we like to call it. I lead the teaching, curriculum design and delivery of all the modules from the Grad School. My background in academia, industry and commercialisation has allowed me to see that the sector is changing and we need to provide support and added learning to HDR students during their journey through a PhD or a Master's. This means we need to give you more skill building. I've also seen that it can be a very solo journey and that you don't often get to connect or collaborate with your peers across disciplines. It's with these two things in mind that we hope to somehow support you in each of the EGSA module you'll be doing. If you've landed on this page, I'm hoping that you've already enrolled in one of the EGSA modules on the left-hand side of the screen. Congratulations and welcome. You're one of 10,000 alumni across Australia who have decided that they need to skill build during their HDR journey. It could be that you're doing this simply because you're curious about online training and want to give it a go. That's great. Or you might have a specific reason for doing it. It might be that you want to further support your research learning. You might want to add a generic transferable skills to your skills basket, or you might have a specific career or employment objective in mind. These are all great reasons, and they're supported by recent data, which shows that an HDR graduate, that's a PhD or a master's student, is more likely to end up in employment outside the academic sector, and that the employers of these graduates are seeking students who have both specific disciplinary skills and broader, more transferable skills. Even if you decide to stay in academia, the sector is changing and you're going to need to be more engaged in innovation, collaboration and end-user engagement. So you're going to need to skill build to become more familiar with these roles. So that's why we're hoping that during your HDR journey, you can engage with us and learn these skills as part of your mainstream training. Now, we know you're super busy during this time, so we don't want to overload you. So we're hoping that when you do this, you'll find that we're giving you a flexible online environment to come in and out over a 5-week period to learn the skills you need to learn and also to engage with each other as peers. So how are you going to do this? Well, look below this screen and you'll see 3 learning pathways that you can choose from. The first one is the advanced pathway, which contains modules to further support your research training around areas that quite often aren't covered in other types of training events. The next is the lead pathway, which contains modules that are meant to help you become better leaders of people, projects, and your own career. And finally, we have the engage pathway, which are there to help you become better participators in innovation, commercialisation, and end-user engagement. Now, we don't need you to stick to one particular pathway. In fact, they're there to help you further target and identify your training needs, and you're more than welcome to jump across pathways based on these needs. Now, when you think about these needs, it's quite hard to decide what you want to do. So if you look below the pathways, you'll see there's a skills assessment tool that you can download and probably, as a good idea, to speak with your supervisor about them. This will help you assess what needs you have in the future and also what current goals you have. So please think about using this tool. It actually will help you both identify your current needs and give you an idea about what you're aiming for as a career objective. Now, a little bit of housekeeping. I know it's boring, but in each module you're going to see some week 0 information on the landing page. It's really important that you read all of this information and have a think about it before proceeding into the actual learning resources between weeks 1 and 5. This will allow you, 1, to identify the key dates you need to know. That's what dates you should be online, when you should be reviewing the content, and when you can go online and talk to each other. It will also give you information about what you actually need to do to get a certificate. If after you've read this information and you think, gee, you know, I'm just too busy, that's fine, but please make sure you withdraw before week 1 starts. If you do this, we can give your spot to someone else because we actually have quite a large waiting list for each module. And you will be able to withdraw without penalty and re-enroll in the next semester's offering. If, however, you decide halfway through the offering that you can't keep going, unfortunately we can't do this and you'll end up at the bottom of the waiting list and won't be able to re-enroll for another 6 months. So really think about this and understand what each module requires you to do. Now, the module itself has got lots and lots of information there for you and different ways of engaging with each other. There's lots of tools and activities during each weekly content, and I thoroughly think that these are the things that will help you assess, engage your own learning and get a better understanding of what each other thinks about the content. So throw yourself into them, they're great. Also, we've got the online classroom. This allows you to, 1, ask your moderator what's going on and I'm not quite sure about this particular content area, Or 2, talk to each other. You can engage with each other about the actual content itself, or there's areas on the online classroom which will allow you just to talk about your journey in general. And this in itself is rare, so I really encourage you to do this. So welcome to your module. I hope you enjoy it. Please feel free to contact us at any point during that time if you have issues with access or content. And please, at the end of the module, tell us what you thought and tell us how you think it's going to help you.